Hello and a very warm welcome to Bharata First. I'm Frank Rausen Pereira. This is FRP Explains. I'm here to talk about West Asia and all the happenings, the latest developments there in the recent past. Why am I talking about West Asia? Because West Asia is extremely important to India, and India has worked hard to develop and nurture these relations over the last few years. There has been a turn of the tide, really, because countries like Saudi Arabia and the UAE were openly in support of everything that Pakistan did up until a few years ago. But now they have realized Pakistan is of no use and there's no point with them siding with Pakistan, and hence they have decided to support India in its endeavor and in everything that it is doing. Here, economy also comes to the forefront because countries like Saudi and UAE need to look at what makes sense for them from an economic point of view, and India is that nation who can give them economic benefit. Hence, self interest is the biggest interest here, and all countries are looking at enabling each other and taking care of each other in this time of need. So, apart from this, what else is happening in West Asia? We need to understand that the conflict between Israel and Palestine has also gripped the entire world. Unfortunately, democracies around the world and even the UN has not been able to come up with some kind of a solution to this problem. India has very rightly not taken any sides between Israel and Palestine because India has always maintained that we need to see a two-state solution to this problem, and that's always been her stand, and that is the right stand. Other countries now are looking at West Asia very differently. The US seems to be wanting to move out of West Asia and withdraw from West Asia, especially under the Biden administration. The Americans have invested a lot in West Asia, have also created a lot of turmoil in West Asia. The Iraq war, what we are seeing in Afghanistan, what we are seeing in Syria, and so many of these other places is all a result of what the United States has done in the region. And now, after having failed over the years, the United States is looking to pull back and withdraw from West Asia. And this is where the Russians are trying to make inroads and trying to fill in the space or the void that the Americans are leaving behind. And that's why you see statements coming out of Russia and Moscow in particular, highly placed politicians there talking about how the conflict should be stopped, how the Israelis need to stop bombarding the Gaza Strip, and we have to ensure that no more casualties are seen there. All this is being done because West Asia and the players there are preparing for an eventuality when the United States loses interest and somebody else needs to fill in that void and space. This also reflects in the fact that sworn enemies, Saudi Arabia and Iran, have decided to bury the hatchet and at least start talking so that they can put aside their differences. The war in Yemen has cost the Saudis a great deal of money and time and energy and everything else. And Iran also, despite all the claims that Iran makes openly and publicly about how they don't care about what is happening and they will go ahead with their interest, they are hurting from an economic point of view. The sanctions levied by the United States and all the other issues that they have is hurting Iran. And Iran is also looking for a way out of this crisis. So it's the most opportune time for both Saudi Arabia and Iran at a time when US policy on West Asia or Middle East is not certain and is not concrete. They are trying to work out their own dynamics. And that is why India needs to keep a close eye on what's happening in West Asia, because we have a lot at stake in West Asia, not just in terms of capital, in terms of human capital that we have there, but also, let's not forget, our entire energy security is taken care of by these West Asian countries. So that is why it's of great importance to know what happens there from an economic point of view and also from a human capital point of view. West Asia is important, and we need to be friends with everyone and anyone, because as many lines of communication and channels that we have open, the better it is for us. In the in the relationship between Israel and Palestine, India can play the middleman or or take the middle ground. Same is the case with Iran and Saudi Arabia as well, because with Iran we have a historical relationship. With Saudi Arabia, we've nurtured and developed that relationship in the recent past. So India has a lot of goodwill amongst all the nations in West Asia. So much so that countries like UAE, Saudi Arabia, or for that matter even Qatar, because Qatar does not agree with the other nations in the Middle East or West Asia, but we have a good standing and a good relationship with all of them. Qatar, UAE, and Saudi Arabia have helped us with oxygen and so many other things during the second wave of the pandemic as well. So this is something that we need to nurture, we need to enable, we need to take up a notch, and go through with our own best interests, and how we can be mutually beneficial to each other also needs to be seen, because the entire world is changing its mindset and changing its agenda as far as West Asia is concerned. This is what we need to be watchful for, and we need to do, and we need to be abreast with the times and do what is best in our interest. With that, it's a wrap on this edition of FRP Explains. If you like the content, please like the video, subscribe, hit the bell icon, and then all notifications. For those of you who would like to come forward and make a contribution, you may do so by using our UPI IDs. A small contribution that you make will go a long way in us bringing you this content. That's it from me. See you again next time.